You're Brett, right?
Yeah.
I thought so. You remember your business partner, Marcellus Wallace, don't you, Brett?
Yeah, I remember.
Good. Looks like me and Vincent caught you boys at breakfast. Sorry about that. What you having?
Hamburgers.
Hamburgers! The cornerstone of any nutritious breakfast. What kind of hamburgers?
Cheeseburgers.
No. Where'd you get them? McDonald's, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, where?
Big Kahuna Burger.
Big Kahuna Burger. That's that Hawaiian burger joint. I hear they got some tasty burgers. I ain't never had one myself. How are they?
They're good.
You mind if I try one of yours? This is yours here, right?
Yeah.
This is a tasty burger. Vincent, you ever had a Big Kahuna burger? Want a bite? They're real tasty.
Ain't hungry.
Well, if you like burgers, give them a try sometime. Me? I can't usually get them because my girlfriend's a vegetarian, which pretty much makes me a vegetarian, but I do love the taste of a good burger. You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France?
No.
Tell him, Vincent.
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. You know why they call it that?
Because of the metric system?
Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart motherfucker, that's right. The metric system. Send this.
Sprite.
Sprite, good. You mind if I have some of your tasty beverage to wash this down?
Go right ahead.
That hit the spot.
We gave a longer one this time.
Yeah.
Jeff sent me that link and was like, hey, this minute, or this second to this second.
Yeah.
And then I started listening to it, and I added a solid minute to it because it was so good.
Yeah.
Royale with cheese.
There's a ton of material from that movie we can use if we can get around the cursing in the first 60 seconds.
Yeah, quickly later in that scene, a lot goes down.
Yeah.
That we, because, yeah, everyone in that room suffers a little bit.
A little bit.
All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us. This is the Rhythm Section Podcast. That's Mr. Jeff across from me.
That's Derek.
And we called ahead and made sure we wore the same shirts. We got the Rhythm Section Pod shirts. So, yes, thank you for joining us. This podcast is a place for me and Jeff to support the music scene and community in Memphis by talking to musicians, songwriters, leaders, pillars, ambassadors, everything in between, and we have a lot of fun doing it, and we all thank you so much for engaging with us for that. If someone's not familiar with our platforms, Jeff, where can they find us?
Facebook, YouTube, and then the normal streaming, Apple, Spotify, and Stitcher. Check us out on YouTube and check out the link tree. It'll take you wherever you want to go.
That's right. Scroll down to that description, click that link tree. It'll take you to that one-stop shop. Mondays, 6 p.m. Central, full-length video, Facebook, YouTube, and then mornings for the audio presentations. We are brought to you by SRP Studios here in Hernando, Mississippi. I'm glad to be able to produce this for y'all. We do release clips through the week, so if you're interested in following our page at the Rhythm Section Pod and on YouTube, throughout the week we promote and highlight the guests all week. I mean, daily posts of clips, fun clips that we find that we pull from the episode. And I've noticed a lot of people sharing the YouTube links.
Cool.
Outstanding, y'all. Very good. Keep doing that. Patreon. This is another, nice way to support this show. Click our Patreon link and sign up for our tip jar. It's $1 a month, $12 a year if you could spare it. That would go a long way. And, oh, you know what? I'm trying to, producer's note, real time. I'm trying to tease the guest over the music, too.
Yeah.
So we're going to tease our guest today, which is Jennifer Grant.
Yep.
So Jennifer Grant came in to talk about Junior Grant and his passing, his unfortunate passing.
Yep.
The day that you're watching this, on Published Day, it's exactly 1 year since his passing. So early on when we decided to do this podcast, you reached out to Jennifer to see if she would want to be on, or maybe she reached out to you. I can't remember. Of course, we gave her the platform. And so she can come talk about Junior because I never met him, but it didn't take long to realize a lot of people loved that guy.
Yep.
As a player and as a person. So she's going to be coming up later. We talk about all kinds of different things. We'll get further into detail on that. And I'm going to be reading a letter. She asked me to read a letter to his friends and family, or just a letter for everyone to listen to from her heart. And it's really sweet. I can't wait to read it for everybody.
Yeah.
And now, bridge. All right. So, and as always, parental discretion is advised, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Jeff, how are you, sir?
Man, I'm doing great. Spent a couple of days out at the farm.
Yeah, it's that season for you, isn't it?
It is, and my sinuses are absolutely going nuts.
Yeah, so how much land are you mowing?
I mean, actually keeping mowed nicely is probably 4 acres.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. I mean, but, the whole place is close to 600. But there's a lot of crops that are planted and hay that's cut. Thank God I don't have to keep up with all that.
Right.
So,
but yeah, I've known you several years now.
Yeah.
And this is that time of year where you're like, Derek, I'm going to be out of pocket for the next 4 days because where your farm is too, the internet and phone service isn't always that great.
Yeah,
so.
it's sketchy. I mean, I can typically get stuff, but you may send me a text and I may not get it for 2 hours. It just depends on the service and how it comes through. So I always let people know that I'm there, just so that if I'm slow, responding.
When I first started hanging out with you, I thought you hated me. It's like, why isn't he responding? Well, good to have you here.
Yeah, man.
As we record this, it's Sunday, March 12th. And as always, we're going to talk about some things that we've done in the, going out and checking out bands.
Right.
But then, as usual, we also like promoting things. So that's when I send it to you, Jeff. You wanted to talk about Memphis Music Room again.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it's been a couple of weeks or a little longer since I mentioned them. And just Johnny Bennett, he's the guy that owns it and runs it and does it. And just wanted to tell people about it again and check it out if you haven't. Mm-hmm. And if you're interested in your band playing there, call him and try to set up a gig there. And it's a venue that we should really be trying to take advantage of because it's phenomenal.
And rehearsal space.
Yep. And so I don't think I did this before, but I figured I would throw their phone number out there, which is 901-808-5000. So that's the number to call if you want to rehearse a spot, reserve a spot to rehearse, or if you want to try to book a gig, give them a shout.
And they're on Facebook.
Yeah, and the address is 5770 Shelby Oaks Drive. So
nice, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
We prepped.
Sometimes I do things right.
Yeah, this is good. It's gonna be a good day.
Yeah.
But we, this place is also close to us because we've used it.
Yeah,
we've actually been there and. We know how hard it is to find rehearsal space for rent in Memphis.
Right.
Everyone has their little nooks and everything, homes and garages and lofts or whatever. But man, if you don't have any of that, it's really hard to find a place to rehearse. And it's a great facility. Not only do you have an option for a small, just room where you come in and bang it out.
Yeah.
So you have a full stage you can rent.
Yeah, and you can shoot music videos there. If your band's got original music and you're wanting to shoot a video to get it out to the masses, this is the place to do it because they got a full light show and huge stage where you can really make an impression. So yeah.
Yeah, and if you feel like, why are they talking about these guys again? Well, I mean, that's what this podcast is for. We're promoting, we're highlighting, we're spotlighting,
Absolutely.
All of the above. And I would think a facility like Memphis Music Room is important for this scene. again, it goes back to that rehearsal for me. It has everything else that you mentioned, but man, to have a rehearsal space and there's backline and all that stuff. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah. And again, go on Facebook, just search Memphis Music Room.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll just pop right up. So, all right, man. Well, here we go. What do we got here? We got a new patron.
Awesome.
We got Bruce Key.
Sweet.
Bruce, thank you so much. I had an opportunity to meet him at a Neil show when he was playing with the Amber McCain band.
Right.
But then when you and I hung out at Supernova, we talked about this in the last episode. He rolled in, and it was great to catch up with him there too. And we even may have heard some music.
Yeah.
That's as far as we'll go.
Yeah, we won't divulge anything.
So that was cool. So thank you, Bruce. We really appreciate it. It does help, and it just shows that
for sure.
You know, $1 a month isn't a lot. We all know this, but it's just the fact that people are listening and caring, and it's the gesture.
Absolutely,
it really is nice, and we do appreciate it. So I had another weekend as we record this. Friday the 10th. I'm doing the math right. I went out and saw a couple bands. Went to Lafayette's to hang out and watch formerly known as.
Cool.
And after that, went to the new Mulligan's in Midtown. I don't know when that place opened up. That's how out of the loop I've been. But there's a TJ Mulligan's in Midtown now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been there.
Yeah, it's just up the street from Lafayette's.
Okay.
And saw Midnight Train from Memphis.
Okay.
Did I get that right?
It is from Memphis.
I always want to say to Memphis.
I know, but
And we had a good pre-show today, telling you that I wasn't going to screw up.
Yeah.
So I got it right.
We always screw up.
Midnight Train to Tennessee. No.
I did see photographs on Facebook from Danny Day from the formerly known as show, and Brandon Marlier evidently ran lights.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Absolutely.
Yes, Brandon brought the light show.
Yeah.
So that was part of the combination of why I wanted to go. And plus my mom.
Yeah.
She's going out, and man, people are getting to know her.
That's awesome.
You know, which is funny. So she wanted to go out and dance, man.
Yeah.
So I was like, and I've always talked about formerly known as, and along all kinds of other bands. I'm like, all right, next time we're going to go see this band.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go see this band. So we went to Lafayette's, formerly known as. Jacob Turner's parents were going to be there.
Yeah.
They said they'd save us a table, seats at their table.
Right.
So it was a no-brainer.
Right.
And then Brandon, I was like, all right, I get a chance to see Brandon's light show and everything, and meet up with him and catch up with him. So it looked awesome. It sounded awesome. It was a great time. Thank you, Trip and Tamara.
Yep.
For, including us at your table. That was awesome. I got to catch up with Jacob a little bit.
Cool.
Sean, Seth. I'm trying to say his last name.
You said he told
Kirkendall.
Kirkendall. Yeah.
Kirkendall. And I know he's watching. I know his parents are watching. So shout out to Seth's parents in Missouri.
Awesome.
I think he said your names, but you know how we are with names.
You will eventually see your son on the podcast.
That's right.
It's just a matter of time before we drag him in here.
So a previous episode, we botched his name.
Yeah.
We were just trying to figure it out. So then he brings it up when I see him at Lafayette's. He's like, man, I love the bit about my last name. I'm like, thank you for reminding me. And two, how do you say it?
Yeah.
And I think it's Kirkendall, but I already forgot. But it's certainly not Cookendall or Kuykendall like we were talking about. So nice catching up with you, Seth. And then Julian, another time I go out and I don't get to
Julian Wong. Yep.
So I have to go say hi to Julian the next time I see the band.
For sure.
So sorry for, sometimes it's just we can't meet every member while we're roaming around. So from there, we walked up the street to TJ Mulligan's to see Midnight Train to Arkansas. And Midnight Train from Memphis. And I wanted to see the place. Plus, our friends Steve and Katrina Owens were up there.
Yeah.
My mom is friends with Katrina now.
Sure.
So we were hanging out with Danny Day. So,
cool.
We were like, all right. They had like 45 minutes left of their set.
Yeah.
So we hiked it up there to go check them out. And The first thing I noticed, this is great, and I did some research. I got the names. David Gregory, the bass player from Midnight Train from Memphis, was wearing our podcast shirt.
Yes.
How cool.
That is awesome.
So it's just so awesome to see that, you know, like.
And we do appreciate it, David, for sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So we were hanging out, and of course they, you know, Alan Bones, the one that noticed me and gave us a shout out. And I should mention, I always want to thank the shout outs. Sean Few gave us an awesome shout out at Lafayette's, and even mentioned my mom.
Oh,
so this goes out to Mama Darlene too.
That's
so great. So yeah, and then we're just catching a set and hanging out. They sounded great. It's an interesting room. And then when they break, then I get to talk to, you know, I talk to Alan. I finally introduced myself to Karen.
Yeah.
Met David. But once again, there's one member I have yet to meet, and it's Chris Hinkle on guitar. So Chris, hopefully next time we come out and see you, I'll come shake your hand and say hello. And that was it, man. It was a long night. By the time I got home, it was probably 3:30.
Oh, wow.
And it's like every weekend I'm doing this now. It's crazy. And last night I called Uncle.
Yeah.
The Saturday as we record this.
Sure.
But Mama Darlene didn't.
Oh, yeah?
So she went to Hadley's all by herself to go see Hairspray Nation.
She's probably got fans there, too.
And danced so much, she said her hair was wet. I was like,
great.
It's just wonderful. I love it. Oh, and well, I'm talking to Alan, and I'm standing next to my mom, and he looks over and he's like, "Is that your world famous mom?" So I want to meet her.
Yeah.
It's like my mom's becoming a character. Yeah, it's hilarious.
We're gonna have to have her on the podcast.
We gotta get her on here. It'll be. What's weird is it's so weird. She's been a YouTuber for 10 years. I mean, her face is all over the place. She's not afraid. She's not shy to be in front of a camera. But this would freak her out. We'll work on that. But
for sure.
All right. Now enough of that. Let's talk about Jennifer Grant. So I'm gonna let you talk a little more on this because. You know more of the history here, but Jennifer Grant was married to Junior Grant, a drummer.
Right.
At the time of his passing, he was playing with Headband, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Please share with us anything more you know about Junior and Jennifer.
Well, I only met Junior, and I may have said this during the interview, but I only met him a handful of times. At that time, I wasn't going every weekend to see live music. I was kind of out of the loop a little bit, but I'd been out a few times and seen him. Super, super nice guy, always engaging, more than willing to talk to you between sets, just very personable and always out there. People loved him.
Yep.
And we lost him exactly a year ago.
Yeah. As if you're watching or listening to this on published day, it's 1 year today, March 20th. And as we all know, when someone passes, you get a true idea of their character.
Yeah.
When, depending on the kind of love and, tributes they get.
Right.
And I didn't know him at all.
Right.
But then you start seeing posts as we're nearing his anniversary. And he had a massive tribute show, and it's a stage. It's a great picture stage with all the drummers.
Yeah,
in Memphis, all the big players, all there representing. Yeah, says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I never knew the man, but now I really know he was a good guy,
right?
Because of all that.
Yeah, and we, we're just glad to have this episode for people to see and to get to learn more about him.
Yeah,
through his. Through Jennifer.
Jennifer was quiet and definitely out of place in here. She didn't know how to handle the mic and lights.
Right.
And it was emotional for her too.
Sure.
This was a big thing for her because we talk about their meeting, their proposal. And then we go off track a little bit, and she's starting a church.
Yeah.
Or she at least talked about that. But the big thing I want to do is read a letter for her.
Okay. So
shortly after our recording, she emailed me and asked if it was okay if she wrote up a little letter and we would read it. And I said, absolutely. Let's we did a tribute to Pete Mandello, in the best way we could think. But now we're going to do something for Junior Grant coming from Jennifer. And this is kind of a letter to you, the audience.
Yep.
And how she felt about Junior and everything. So this is from Jennifer. To one of the greatest family on earth, the Memphis music scene. Junior loved each and every one of you, but I'm not sure Junior realized just how many people's lives he touched. On March 19th, 2022, a visitor from a local church stopped by the house to hand out pamphlets. Junior posted on Facebook, "Is someone trying to tell me something?" He had one of the best gigs I have ever heard that evening. Several friends showed up. Junior was smiling ear to ear, showing everyone the new truck he just bought 3 days prior. He told Lisa that he was a blessed man. Then he was called home. Junior loved life. Always a smile, always a sweaty hug, always love you, man. The life of the party. Junior loved playing the drums. Once he sat behind a kit, he knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to be Tommy Lee. There could be 6 people or 600 in the crowd. He didn't care. He was always going to put on a show. As long as whoever was there was enjoying the music, he was happy. He always got a kick out of fellow musicians coming out to one of his gigs. It was always an honor to him. Junior loved music. His mother raised him on music, especially Elvis. He saw Elvis 8 times as a young child. She always supported him in his quest to be a drummer. I still have the letter his mom wrote, letting him play in a club at age 15. I have the drum bag that she made. He carried it for over 30 years. I still have Animal, all of which have been placed into a shadow box that Alan Bone made for me. I don't think that's Alan Bone from Every Mother's Nightmare. No. It's spelt different, so another Alan Bone. Junior loved me. He taught me how to love and how to be loved. He taught me about the musical world. He taught me about Memphis music. I was honored to be in his life. Losing Junior shattered my heart. But God placed a few hundred people in my life that lifted me from my knees, stood by me, and helped me stand again. You, my Memphis music family, you and God never left my side. I am forever grateful for that and your continued love. I am a blessed woman. Junior was a spirit that will never be forgotten. So when you see extensions in the parking lot, smile and remember they are deadly. When you drink a blueberry pineapple slushie, smile because if you know, you know. When you hear a Seven Dust song or the Raiders scoring a touchdown, smile because you can almost hear Junior saying, "That's badass." When you just want to call someone dick nuts, text it at 2 a.m. He was placed in our lives for a reason. We were in his life for a reason too. So go hear Memphis music. Go give a sweaty hug. Just love. We don't do that enough anymore. I will forever love you, Leonard E. Grant Jr. I will share your joy for life and love till the end of my time. Twirl a drumstick for me, baby. I will see you when I get there. Forever, my love, Jenny. Well, that was nice. Unfortunately, everyone had to listen to me read it, but
better you than me.
Well, that's very sweet, Jennifer. And I hope whoever really knew Junior that heard that appreciated that. And clearly there's some inside jokes in there. Let's talk about the inside jokes again. What do we got here? When you see extensions in the parking lot, smile and remember they are deadly. So something happened. Someone got electrocuted, maybe?
I don't know.
Then what's the other one here? When you hear a Seven Dust song or the Raiders scoring, smile because you hear them saying badass. That makes sense. But, when you want to call someone dick nuts, text it to them at 2 a.m. I'm doing that to you.
Maybe we should just start using that phrase on the podcast.
So, well, great. Well, that's it. We hope you enjoy this interview with Jennifer. Again, this is sort of dedicated to Junior Grant.
For sure.
And I hope you engage. And please, as always, share. But you do it. So let's end with thanking the audience, Jeff.
Absolutely.
They really step it up, don't they?
They do, and been stepping it up big time, and continue to do so because without you, stories like this about Junior Grant don't get out there.
Yeah,
and that's what we want.
This is designed for all these kinds of moments, but we're not going to do this if we don't have an audience.
Right.
And man, we have a good audience.
We do.
It's so great. So, all right, y'all. Thank you for listening, and please enjoy this interview with Jennifer Grant. All right, Jeff. Today we have Jennifer Grant with us, who was married to Junior Grant, and today, March 20th, marks the first year anniversary of his passing. And we thought it'd be nice to have you come in and talk to us. Jennifer, thank you for being here.
Well, thank you guys.
Yeah.
So this connection happened between you two as far as booking this, right?
Yeah. We ran into each other at Hadley's.
Okay.
And Junior came up and we started talking about it. And she said, well, his, the 1 year anniversary of his passing is just around the corner.
Uh-huh.
I said, well, let's get you in and talk about it. So here we are.
Yep.
Thanks for being here. No need to be nervous.
Nope.
It's all good. We're here to have a good time. We're celebrating Junior. Right?
Absolutely.
So by now, everyone's heard the intro. So we definitely got more into detail on Junior.
Yep.
We as far as bands and everything, but
Right.
and we can still touch all of that. But
Mhm.
right here on the front end, Jennifer, wherever you want to start. Look, I wanted to give you the floor to talk about Junior and whatever it is that you would like to go with that.
Well, I'm just going to let you know Junior's part of my life.
Sure.
And it's so much since his passing, people who come to me about him. He was love.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He loved everybody.
Yeah. I only met Junior a few times. I don't know how many, but it was less than a dozen. But every time I met the guy, super nice, always approachable.
Mm-hmm.
Go up to him between sets
Big sweaty hug.
while he was playing and get the big sweaty hug and he'd talk to you like he'd known you forever.
Yeah.
And I'd only known him, for a few minutes.
Yeah, and
So-
you sent us some photos to edit in on post, and one of them is this great shot with all these drummers at Neil's on the stage.
Absolutely.
That says a lot. I mean, all the heavy hitters were there.
Yep.
That says a lot.
And he respected those guys just as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would see Pete.
Yeah.
Another just taken too soon.
Way too soon.
Way
Yeah.
too soon. We would go see Pete play in Area 51.
Yeah.
And Junior and I would stand in Hadley's, go to the sound stage and stand up there and just watch Pete play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. As
Yeah.
many people did.
Yeah, he was definitely that kind
Well,
of
it's a
player.
different view on the side. I'm
Sure.
not,
Oh, yeah, sure.
I go around the side and I'm right there looking at the drummer.
You want
Right.
to look at his feet moving, right?
Well, first of all, any drummer, anybody who can move their four extremities at four different beats, there's
Yeah.
something wrong with you guys.
Ah, and then the cats that can sing really well, like a Jimmy Falk and a Jacob.
Oh, yes.
Jacob
Turner.
Turner. Next level. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone.
Yeah.
I never want to play favorites over here, right, Jennifer? But
No.
you're playing a favorite today, and that's Junior Grant. So how did you guys meet? Let's start there.
Well, the truth was I was a bartender at Chili's,
Okay.
and Junior used to come in with a girlfriend.
Oh,
Um,
that's awkward.
yeah, no, she's
This took a turn.
no, she is a wonderful lady.
Yeah.
Yes. But they used to come in and eat lunch,
Okay.
and then, of course, he was with another woman. I didn't pay no attention to
Right.
him.
Right.
But another friend, Karen Dilla Brown, the
Mhm.
lead singer for Midnight Train,
Yep.
Yeah.
her and her husband, Dennis, would also come in,
Okay.
She kept inviting me to come hear her sing. I was single. I wasn't driving from Cordova to Millington by myself or wherever she was playing, which was always far off. But one time she was playing at Trinity on Houston Levy at 64.
Yeah.
What, Mulligan's?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so I was like, that's real close. I'll come hear you play tonight.
Sure.
So I went, and Junior was subbing.
Oh.
And he was behind the drums.
Nice.
And
I know that stage very well. There's pretty hard to stand on the side and watch a drummer from the
Right.
side.
right.
So did you crawl up on the stage and just stand next to him? Or?
Well, no, I just had to walk by, hon, because he was peering underneath the cymbals at me.
Okay.
He came to my table and he said, "Oh, Chili's girl." And I said, Yes. Oh, where's your girlfriend? He goes, "Well, we broke up." I was like,
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
And he told me all the time, I ordered pizza to go. He fell in love then.
Oh, because of the choice of food.
No, he's a foodie. When he shot pictures of his food and what he was eating for lunch almost every day.
I did not know this.
Yes, he's a foodie.
Okay.
Was he big on Instagram?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That Instagram's. There's a lot of food pages out there. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which often, like when you take a picture, like a real picture of food, it looks awful. Like if you go to some of these like Asian places,
right,
and they just take a picture of their rice and chicken plate, you're like,
what?
Ooh, you know, because what you see in the menus is doctored plastic, is what that is. Yeah. So,
well, you know, Junior's full-time job was maintenance.
Of what?
It was Pat Patterson's maintenance. It was buildings like this, commercial, all commercial. And he would go paint, he would go do whatever. So he was able to find the hole-in-walls in Memphis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Best food.
Good places to eat.
Yeah, good places to eat.
Yeah, I've always said, like, there's some awesome barbecue, obviously, in Memphis, but the best stuff is in these little neighborhoods that, let's just face it, wouldn't really find yourself in.
Yeah.
Right? That's where it's at. It's got to be.
Yeah.
So after that night, what was it? Did he call you?
No.
Were you waiting patiently by the phone? What was the next thing?
He put his business card down.
Oh, classy.
Classy.
He called her Chili's girl, and then gave her a business card.
Mm-hmm. I waited to allot it 3 days.
Okay, that was my next question. How long did you wait?
The allotted 3 days.
Yeah,
and then you called him.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Some guys are shy. We know that.
Now, was the first phone call? Did that result in a date, or did it take a little more time for that to happen?
A little bit more time.
A little more time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, sorry if you said this, but what year was this?
2016.
Okay. Yeah. That's what is that? 9 years ago now? No,
Bad
7
maths.
years ago.
Bad math. Bad math.
That was awful.
And how long did you guys date before the question was popped and the vows were said?
Well
put. I couldn't have asked it better than that, John.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, good job.
That's why he gets the big bucks.
I do believe it was like 2 years.
Okay.
Junior wasn't, from what I understand, what he told me, it was my birthday party, and we celebrate birthdays. I mean, everybody should have a party on their birthday. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You made it another one. Party.
Right.
You're still alive.
Party. I mean, mine was last night.
Oh, happy birthday.
Did not know this either.
Awesome.
Happy birthday.
It's next week, next February.
How's it feel to be 27?
I know.
Yeah.
29.
I can't wait. So, what was the wedding like?
On the beach.
Oh,
there you go.
Well, let me go back to the proposal.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
Absolutely.
So this is a great story.
Sure.
He was throwing my birthday party, and he bought the ring from Ed Lewis.
Okay.
Walked in, bought it, I think, 2 days prior, and told the girls, when the girls got to the Hadleys to help set the party up, told the girls, I can't imagine living my life without her.
Awesome.
And he didn't.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm sorry.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've gotten through this by saying Junior was not meant for the rest of mine.
Sure.
I was meant for the rest of his.
I got you. I got you. And like we said before we started recording, we're celebrating, but it's still this is an emotional topic for anybody.
Right. No.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's only a year.
Yeah.
That's not long.
No, it's really not.
Well, God has shown me a lot since then.
Yeah.
So, it's fun listening to him, isn't it? Well, let's talk about, the fun times. So you guys,
amazing.
So you guys start dating. Now it's a thing, and you're going to see him play. But then were there bands that the two of you like to go see together, where he's not drummer, he's husband, friend,
spectator,
with you, and what did you guys like to do when you went out?
Oh, hey, we dance.
Okay.
Junior and I was always on the dance floor.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes, Area 51 was like our favorite.
Okay.
Backstreet Crawlers.
Okay.
Backstreet Crawlers.
Backstreet. Oh, they'll be back. They're coming back.
I've heard of them.
Right. So this can't go. The lead singer for Backstreet Crawlers was helping me out. I needed my house painted.
Okay.
He went and got the paint for me because I can't pick up a 5-gallon paint. So he went and got it for me and was taking it to my house, and he didn't listen to me.
Uh-oh.
My garage door wouldn't, the code wouldn't let my garage door back down.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. I said, well, look, just go through the house and go out the front door and leave it unlocked. Well, he didn't. He went out the back door and realized my gate was locked. Couldn't get out of my backyard. Jumped the fence and broke his heel.
Oh, my goodness.
I couldn't imagine breaking a heel.
At 60.
How long ago did this happen?
Last November.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not good, man. No.
Love the guy. I love the Backstreet Crawlers. I love the guys. Midnight Train.
Yeah, okay.
We were on the dance floor.
The night I met you was at Dan McGinnis. No. Crossroads. No. Place in Olive Branch. The Crossing.
The Crossing, yes.
Okay. We got there. We
don't edit the blemishes out of this thing. There's already a few on my part. I met you at the Crossing, and Midnight Train, Memphis was playing, and then Headband, with Troy, and like who are the players now with him?
Tommy V is the drummer now.
Okay.
Okay. We can look up names and y'all edit, right? Danny.
We put you on the spot, didn't we?
Yeah, you put me on the spot too. Danny is the same bass player that plays for Chasing Angels.
No. Danny is a guitar player.
Oh, I know who Danny is.
He's from
Full Circle.
Yes, which was another band that we loved. Just
great band.
Loved Full Circle, Shane Black and all. Just great people.
Right.
And lately, the bass player from Midnight Train has been filling in.
David Gurry.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we
Cool.
go.
Sorry, all of you.
Yes,
when we
apologize.
forget names and
I'm nervous.
I just put you all on the spot too. I'm sorry.
Don't be nervous.
I need to turn my microphone off today. That's what I need to do.
So, from the time that you met Junior, what band did he play in at the time that you guys met?
No Hit Wonders.
He was in the No Hit Wonders at that time.
Okay. What kind of band was it? Like cover? What kind of covers were they doing?
Now put me on the spot. Cheap Trick.
Okay, classic rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was Ken Houston.
Okay.
Yeah. Shawn Michael.
Yep.
Shawn Michaels from the WWF?
Different one.
Right, different one.
The Heartbreak Kid?
She doesn't know who that is.
And Shawn Michaels.
Oh, and John Davis was the bass player.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the Fast Mothers.
And Chasing Angels.
And Chasing Angels, yes. And
these guys all get
I think
around.
he's with the country band now, also.
Okay.
Yes. I've seen some posts with him
Yes.
with somebody. Gosh, I can't remember.
Wolf River Rednecks.
Yep.
There we go.
There it is. John Davis getting around. Great bass player. I can't wait to.
Great.
I've only briefly kind of, I think it was the event for cricket is when I kind of just said a few words with John in passing, just how it is. Hey, man, sound good. Thanks, buddy.
All right.
But I'm looking forward to getting to know him better because I like his playing. He's got the Rickenbacker too. It's awesome.
I knew that John and I would be just great friends. Junior and I had a rough first year. Junior had some, his mother died.
Okay.
At a very young age.
Okay.
His dad died at an extremely young. He was 5 years old when his father passed away.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. So I had to convince Junior that I adored him.
Yeah.
That I loved him. I was never going anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I can understand that.
He needed some reassurance.
Yeah.
Because he I get that. It's the separation issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I promise you, he was a happy man.
Yeah. Because I'm sure all his life, he's like, everything I love disappears.
Right. And it was even with products. I mean, if he they no longer made his favorite soap. It's like everything I like, it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and since 5.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
get
since
feeling that
5.
way.
and his father passed away in his arms.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
It was a hunting accident.
Oh, goodness. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. Yeah, I just couldn't imagine. And then growing up, you see your buddies have cool dads, and
No, well,
know.
his mother just spoiled him rotten.
Yeah.
Spoiled him rotten.
Did he have siblings?
Yes. One, they're all gone. But the one he talked about the most was his brother Mike.
Okay, younger,
that-
older.
Yeah, older.
Mike was his older brother.
And he passed away of a heart attack
What? How old was he?
in his 50s.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
You know, you never know. You got to live to the fullest, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, every day. That's why I say, have a birthday celebration. You
I
need
got one
another
coming up in April. We can really throw a bash.
You're going to be what, 59?
Yeah.
So okay, you have a rough year. I'm not going to ask, but after this rough period,
No, John
was-
Davis. That's when I knew we was going to be best friends. Not best friends, but the best of friends.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you had a rough year.
We did, but we had broken up
Okay.
and then gotten back together.
Okay.
And I had walked into, when I was dating Junior, I would help him carry his drums
Yeah.
and his equipment.
You're a keeper.
He definitely didn't want to lose that.
Right? But I remember Pat Bowman is the lead singer for Backstreet Crawler.
Yeah.
I have so many stories.
Understand.
But anyway, when I walked into the club carrying Junior stuff, John Davis looked up from getting his bass out and said, "I didn't get the memo." I about fell out.
All these fun moments. So you were like his roadie.
Yes, but then I married him. I didn't carry it anymore.
That was
is
over.
Hilarious.
Done.
There's so many things that you hear about once you
Carry
get
your-
married.
Yeah.
Certain things stop.
Carry your own shit.
Carry your
I'm
own
over
shit.
I'm done kissing your ass, Junior. You're stuck with me now. Did he play a big kit? Or just standard little 4-piece, 5-piece?
I remember 4-piece, but maybe I'm.
It was
five.
it was a bass drum, 2 floor toms, 2 the toms.
Oh, so he
Yeah.
did. He did play a big kid.
Didn't
Yeah.
put her on the spot for that one.
No, she
No,
knew.
I carried
She was
it.
the tech. Did you have them like put it together too? Put up the stands?
Yes, I could do it all. Yeah,
And then
I
it
learned.
all went away. Gone.
Yeah.
He must have been like, what the?
What happened?
He was like, man, I got to be up like an hour earlier than usual now. So let's talk about some of the other bands, Jeff.
Yeah. So
You know?
after No Hit Wonders, was that when he went to Headband?
No, that's when he went to Hindsight 2020
Okay, and that's a band for some reason I haven't heard of. I must have been asleep for a while.
because they played two sets or 2 gigs
2 gigs. Okay.
when COVID shut them down.
Okay.
And then the lead guitar player, I can't think of Tim Reeves.
Okay.
We got to do that over. The lead guitar player, Tim Reeves,
Okay.
he passed away in May of 2020.
Man.
Yes, and
Was
that
Tim Reeves was the guy that used to play with Trent Wilkerson and Jason Dixon in a band? Am I?
Sure. I have no idea.
I wouldn't know.
Okay, sorry, that name.
That's the first time I've ever met Tim.
I remember him passing away. So
Yes.
yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes. And that took a hard hit. The other members of that band are Brian Rogers. He's the lead singer. Beautiful voice.
Okay.
Just
We've
a
met him
beautiful
through
voice.
Cobble.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Also, Randy Byram.
Okay.
That name sounds familiar to me.
Randy's a bass player, and he passed away as
He
well.
passed
Okay.
away.
He was the bass player for Area 51.
No, yes.
Yeah.
And then he came with Junior and Tim, and this is Junior, Tim, and Randy's idea.
Okay.
Well, Brian Rogers and Tim would do acoustic stuff
Okay.
in small restaurants,
Right.
and they just wanted the back section,
Mhm.
Right.
and Junior and Randy was the back section.
Yeah, the rhythm section.
Yeah.
That's it, the rhythm
That's
section.
right.
Thank you so
It's
much.
right there.
It's right on the hat. Hello.
All right. So two gigs. COVID shuts them down. What's the next step?
Well, Junior and Randy have always wanted to play together because Junior and Randy played together in Midnight Train.
Okay.
So they really wanted to get a project with each other.
Right.
So they continued to trying to find a lead guitar player, but Brian took Tim's loss. You know, he took it hard. So he hasn't sang since. I mean, he sang, but he hasn't been in a band, as far as I know.
Right.
But Junior and Randy really wanted to do something, and that's where they found Troy Isom.
Okay.
So now we're segueing into headband.
Segueing into headband.
So we're talking 21, or is it still COVID year? Is it still 2020 when they start making these connections?
Maybe first or early 20.
Early 21. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you the exact.
You don't know the day? I'm just kidding. Sorry, Jennifer. You know
the
I'm
look
playing.
she just gave you is priceless.
I loved it.
Yeah.
So okay, so headband,
and that was Troy, Junior,
and Randy. Three-piece.
I started three-piece.
Okay.
Which, Basket Case was one of the bands that Junior just loved to play for.
Okay.
And it was a three-piece.
Yeah.
So
it definitely has its different dynamic.
correct.
You get to feel more space. You get to play a little busier and have a good vibe.
Well, you can showcase yourself better. You have your lead guitar player, you have your drummer, you have a bassist.
It's big time on your bass player, and I'm not just trying to say that because I'm biased. As soon as the guitar player goes into a solo, the bass is left.
Yeah,
and you got to lay it down tight, but then fill space. And it takes a special bass player to be able to do that. I mean, you think of Van Halen, think of the Who, and all these huge bands. Queen.
Yep.
They had a huge sound.
Yep.
ZZ Top. You got to love them, right?
Yeah.
So how long was that three-piece before they brought in the second guitar player?
And Danny came after Randy's and Junior's passing.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So
yes.
So it was only three-piece until their passings, and then when Troy rebuilt, he made it a four-piece.
And these new guys.
Yeah.
They're great, yeah.
Great man.
Tommy V.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
Oh, he's
Tommy V.
Yes. I'm so happy with who they have.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I'm so happy.
I could call myself Jeffrey W. and it just doesn't work.
Jeffrey W.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. So, all right. So I want to backtrack for just a second.
Sorry, hold on. We need to lighten the mood, Jeff.
Yeah.
Damn, that's like 2 minutes of laughter.
We don't want that. So backtracking, when Junior played in Basket Case, who were the members of that band? Do you remember?
Bob Osha.
I knew that. But
yes.
Who?
Sean Michael.
Okay.
And Junior.
Okay.
So is Bob sort of the owner of that band?
I think so. He's the bass player, singer.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to check them out too. I've yet to see them. I love a good power three-piece too.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Fever Trees, I wear the shirt. I mean, they have four-piece, but just a three-member band.
Right.
With Tim up front singing, and they can fill that space. They sound really good.
Yeah.
So what do you want to go now, Jeff, as far as...
I don't know. I'm leading the show, and you're just sitting over there not helping me at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
No, just kidding, man. That was loud.
It was loud, wasn't it? So I take it Junior did a lot of fill-in work. Was he like a go-to guy?
Fifth member, or
Right. So who were some of the artists and bands he played with?
The Backstreet Crawlers.
That was a big one.
Yes, that was a big one. That's when Junior and I first met. Also,
and he was filling in. That's right.
He was filling in for Backstreet Crawlers.
Putting you on the spot. Who was in that band?
It's Pat Bowman.
Yeah.
Doug Davis is the drummer.
Okay.
So when Doug needed to be out for a minute for some medical issues, Junior was always the man.
Cool.
Nick Moreno.
Okay.
The bass player, Keith Williamson, I believe.
Okay.
But
I can't help you on those names. I'm not familiar, so I'm leaving it all up to you. If it's wrong,
so many.
It's your fault.
I'm okay. We talked about.
You're doing really good with the names, by the way.
Absolutely,
you're crushing it.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Like we are awful.
Yeah,
especially me, you're crushing it. Good job.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Well
you.
done.
Well, they have become my family.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't understand. The music family
Mhm.
is amazing.
We've learned that in the last
Oh my word!
15 weeks or
Oh,
whatever.
big time.
Yeah.
Very eye opening to me.
Right. Well, so when God puts you to your knees,
Yeah.
I had 500, 600, 700 people become my family.
That's awesome.
And you just can't imagine
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of that, you mentioned before we came on the air that there's a church
Yes.
that you were a part of or starting up.
Starting a church.
Starting a church.
All right, talk to us. Let
That's
us know what's up.
fascinating. What's going on with that?
Well, I have not been to church in quite a many years
Okay.
because of church. And
Which isn't uncommon.
which is not uncommon.
There's a difference between religion and spirituality. I don't want to be polarizing here, but
So I also have a Dave Morshak
Yeah.
lost his wife
Yeah.
the day before Junior's funeral
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
and still spoke at Junior's funeral.
That's amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's the only word I can come up with. Amazing.
And, we, kept up with each other. How
Yeah.
are you doing? Do you need anything?
Sure.
To where it was 2:00 phone calls, because who else are you going to call at 2:00 in the morning and you're snot crying,
Sure.
except for someone else who was snot crying?
Well, and look, unfortunately, you guys
Well, we
have a very tragic thing in common.
we became friends. He has counseled.
Okay.
We have counseled each other for
Sure.
many months.
Someone to lean on.
Right.
Because you have that in common
Right.
because of loss.
Well,
Yeah.
We talked about the word,
Mhm.
about, God's going to bring us through this.
Sure.
Right. And just listening to Dave talk,
Mhm.
just, and then he mentioned that he wanted to start a church. I was
Okay.
like, I'm 100% in.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever you need me to do. No
Sure.
salary. I'm 100% in because I want to hear Dave speak the word, because
Sure.
he makes it to where you can understand it,
Right.
and that you have faith and that you have hope.
Sure.
Dave and I are now dating.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well.
He's an amazing man.
I wanted to say I've ran into Dave
Mhm.
many times at shows, and much like Junior, always so welcoming, always so kind, and just, hugs you and says, "Hey man, how's it going?" And you just
Right.
feel like you've known the guy forever.
Right.
So, and you can say that about so many musicians in this, what we call the Memphis music family.
Mhm.
So many people are that way, but some stick out.
Some you're never going to forget.
Right. Absolutely.
So what about the church? Where is it? Is there a location that you're working on, or how does that even work?
Well, we're in the beginnings of that.
Okay.
So you're trying to find a church.
Well, no, Hadley's has offered us their facility early in the morning on Sundays.
Right.
Really?
Yes.
It's a neat
cool.
idea.
Yes. Well, I remember Bernadine saying this. Well, where else are you going to preach the word but in a bar?
Sure. It's a great place to have outreach.
Just break out the wine.
Yeah.
It's all good,
Yeah, I'll take my Jameson right before the.
We are not going to be drinking.
I know. I'm just kidding.
But no, that was funny though.
That's good.
Until we can gather the funds,
Yeah.
and move where God's going to take us, because
Sure.
it's going to happen.
Well, since you've dropped this tidbit of information that you guys are now dating, how long has that been going on?
I mean, this
2
is
weeks.
2 weeks. So
2 weeks. This
brand
is
new.
exclusive
Yeah.
information here.
No, I mean, we've already made our debut.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You made your
We
debut
made our debut.
as a.
Walking in the door, holding hands.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And we have not had any negativity about it.
So we're
at all.
not the first people to learn this, and that's kind of aggravating. I mean, you should have told us first.
We
but no.
we wanted the exclusive,
No,
Jennifer.
that's all good.
So, but it's funny because that is an announcement, isn't it?
Sure.
people are going to see you holding hands and instantly have questions.
Nobody has questions. Everybody says they don't know of any two more people who deserve to be happy.
Well,
we have questions.
But they went from knowing you as friends to boyfriend, girlfriend by watching you walk in holding hands.
No. We would coincidentally meet here or there or wherever.
People were catching on.
So the night that I ran into the two of you at Hadley's was not just a coincidence.
The precursor.
See, I had no clue.
It was not just a coincidence.
Yeah, I had no clue that there was anything there.
At that time,
there wasn't.
No, it wouldn't.
Dave, if I ask you at that time,
so
what are you going to say?
You know what's hilarious? I just realized. Congratulations, because you're the first woman to be on this podcast and in this room interviewing, and we're talking about your love life. Like, why are we doing this?
How does this happen?
Like, why are we torturing her with this?
Right.
I mean, we're being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so.
No, I'm just kidding. So when was your first kiss? No,
2 weeks ago. I can tell you that 2 weeks ago.
We're not going to dig any further.
No, but that's cool. Well, hey, you're happy, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And
what matters?
To bring this back to Junior, that's what I got from Junior.
Okay.
Was to learn how to love.
Sure.
And be in the moment. Was that part of it too?
Just enjoy life.
It's so hard to do that, isn't it?
It's
like you
so
have to give
hard.
yourself permission to have a good time sometimes. You're going into a weekend after a stressful week. It's like, dude, you're allowed to have fun. Do it. And it's weird how we have to remind ourselves of that, isn't it?
Right.
And again, that's not uncommon. We all deal with that.
I mean, every day's a blessing, so.
Yeah. Well, look, Jennifer, it was nice meeting you for real. I saw you, again, at Crossing for a brief second, but thanks for coming in here and sharing the story. Is there any last words you'd like to give with this being, the 1 year for Junior's passing?
Yeah, everybody, I got to work on my words.
Hey, you're doing great.
Yep.
I'm the worst. The host sucks with words. So you're good.
I guess I just want to, tell everybody to, you were meant to meet Junior.
Yeah.
And just take whatever he taught you and continue on with it.
Sure.
If it was giving big sweaty hugs, then give big sweaty hugs.
That's very specific. I like
that.
Big sweaty hugs.
If it was to yell that's badass, then yell that's badass. You know?
Well, awesome. I appreciate your courage to come in here too. I'm sure this wasn't easy for you.
I needed to do it.
Yeah, a little therapeutic, a little cathartic for you. Well, I'm glad we can help.
Absolutely.
See, we're very well rounded, Jeff, as far as how we bring joy to people.
Well, we know we've all got a benefit to go to when we leave here.
We do.
We're going to go to Neil's, to the Kitchen and the Cross.
That's right.
Yes, which Michelle Isom deserves.
Yeah.
She does it every day.
As we record this, it's the Sunday.
It's already happened.
It's already happened. By a long shot.
Yeah.
As people watch this, it's March 20th.
Right.
We are recording this February 19th.
Yeah.
So we're from the past, haunting you in the future.
And now I have got to get in touch with Mr. Morshak and get him in here to tell his side of the story to make sure you're not lying to us.
Ooh. This is like Maury Povich up in here. Well, we're not going to say bye yet, Jennifer, but first we're gonna address the audience here, Jeff, and give them some information.
Yeah.
Give them some to-dos.
Yes.
So where can by now, if they don't know where to find us,
get your butt to YouTube and watch the program. Also on Facebook, and then we're streaming on Spotify, Stitcher, and Apple.
Yeah, that's right.
All the big platforms. We do have a link tree that'll take you wherever you need to go. And now I'm going to throw it to you.
Patreon, everybody. You guys are sick of hearing me say it, but you guys are stepping up, and it's awesome.
It's awesome.
And pretty much every week there's one or two new ones, so it's awesome. But if you're not familiar, click on our Patreon link in the description. It will take you to what's called a tip jar.
Yeah.
It's $1 a month subscription, and that's all it is. It's a tip. Yeah. And if you can spare $12 a year, that would go further than you realize.
Crazy. I don't normally do this. Did Junior drink?
Yes.
Okay. What was his favorite drink?
Fireball.
Fireball. The 20th of March, when you watch this show, throw back a shot of Fireball.
Shot
in
of Fireball.
Junior's honor.
All right.
I'll be doing it.
And then click the glass on the table when
There
you're
we
done. Let's go back to the schedule. 6 p.m. Central Time.
Yep.
Facebook, YouTube is the full video, audio. First thing Monday morning, we'll be ready for you. And this is powered by Shelby Row Productions and SRP Studios. So check out shelbyrowproductions.com if you want to learn a little more about, what it is I do and how this gets powered. And if you want to, have me be your podcast producer for about 50 grand a year, I'm in. We're good to go. Add a couple of those and things are good. So, but seriously, sign up for that free consultation. You'll get me directly. So, Jennifer, again, thank you for doing this.
No,
Thanks for coming.
And you're a friend of the show. And when you see us at shows, please come say hello.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Hugs.
Yes.
Hugs. Big sweaty hugs.
Big
right?
sweaty hugs.
No, I hope not.
I hope not.
That's Derek.
All right, that's Jeff. Thanks, y'all.
See ya.